Good morning to all our panelists once again. May I now request Mr. Himanshu Baid, Chairman CII Medical Technology Division and Managing Director Polymedicure Limited, to please give the welcome and opening remarks. Over to you, Mr. Baid.
Good morning and warm welcome. Shri Sadanand Gauraji, Honorable Union Minister for Chemicals and Fertilizers, Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. Shri Piyush Goyalji, Honorable Minister for Commerce and Industry and Railways. Shri Chandrajit Banerjee, Director General CII. Shri Dr. Trehan, Chairman CII National Committee on Healthcare and Chairman Managing Director Medanta Medicity. Mr. Sanjay Budani, Co-Chairman CII Medical Technology Division and Managing Director Bausch & Lomb Eye Care India Private Limited. My colleagues from the industry, friends from the media. It's my privilege to welcome you all to the 12th edition of the Medical Technology Summit. Indeed, year 2020 has changed the world due to COVID-19 pandemic and has greatly increased the spotlight on medtech industry. In last few years, government has introduced significant reforms for the medtech sector, like medical device industry was positioned as a sunrise sector under Make in India. Government of India allowed 100% FDI under automatic route in 2015. A grant of 125 million was given by DBT to set up AMTZ and Kalam Institute of Health Technology in Vizag. New medical device rules 2017 were implemented on 1st January 2018, have eased the norms for obtaining manufacturing and import licenses and conducting clinical trials, and also reduced regulator industry interface. All document filing is done through digital medium in Sugam portal, thereby promoting ease of doing business. In 2018, 2.5% concessional duty on import of raw materials and parts used for medical device manufacturing was notified by the government. That was a significant move as the duty reduced from 7.5 to 10% to 2.5%. Public Procurement Order 2017, thereby mandating supply of locally made products for government procurement. Ayushman Bharat benefiting additional 500 million people under National Insurance Scheme, which contributed to increased demand of medical devices. National Digital Health Mission, recently announced by Honorable Prime Minister, has the potential to make health system more evidence-based, transparent and efficient. It will become an enabler for accelerating our progress towards universal healthcare and increased demand for medical technologies and equipment. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, there has been an unprecedented surge in testing kits, demand for testing kits, personal protective equipment for gloves, masks, ventilators, thermometers, pulse oximeters, ICU beds, and many other consumable and medical equipment devices. There's been an unparalleled effort from the industry, government, and academia to scale up manufacturing operations, procurement logistics, as well as expansion of capacity and capabilities. Some examples of new partnerships which were formed, like BL and Scanray for ventilators, Maruti and ABGA for ventilators, DRDO and CIS are developing number of technologies in a very short period of time, Railways developing ventilators and isolation beds, Mahindra and Mahindra Ashok Leyland developing ventilators. Many textile units started making PPE kits and masks in a very short period of time. CII played a very crucial role to bridge the collaboration between various industries. In just 5 months, India has not only fulfilled its own demand, but also started exporting these products to global markets. In recent estimates, 70% of the medical devices are imported. The government of India recognizes this concern and recently announced PLI scheme for domestic manufacturing of medical devices with an outlay of rupees 3,820 crores. Is currently targeting 4 segments that have maximum imports today and are high value devices: cancer care, radiology, imaging medical devices, anesthesia, cardiorespiratory care and renal care, and all implants. All these 4 categories and segments will be covered under the new PLI scheme to ensure we make these products in India, and there's a 5% incentive on a performance-linked manufacturing scheme. Assistance for common infrastructure facilities in form of 4 new medical device parks with an outlay of rupees 100 crores each will surely provide the needed boost for local manufacturing of medical devices and equipment. There's a need for well-divided national medical device policy document and a roadmap defining short, medium, long-term goals for the sector. The draft policy NMDP 2015 was made by DOP but never implemented. Thus, CII will collate and send fresh comments and suggestions on the draft document after this conference for your kind consideration and finalizing the policy document. Once this policy is finalized, we should look at maintaining it for next 5 years so that there is a predictability, ease of doing business that attracts new investments in this sector. Today, we have the privilege of two very important ministers listening to us. Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, aligned Ministry for Medical Devices, and Ministry of Commerce and Industry is a pivotal player for growth in medtech industry. Therefore, I would like to request and put forward some new requests to the ministers. One is regarding tax benefits for R&D and innovation. Today, medical industry needs continuous innovation to meet unmet needs of healthcare professionals. So we request for weighted tax deduction up to 2%, 200% on R&D expenses. GST reduction from current 18% to 12% for medical equipment and IVDs to make them more affordable. Special request for products used in home health segment as there is a shift of healthcare delivery from reactive to preventive care. For MSCB sector, creation of a medical device innovation fund for rupees 1,000 crores like Pharma Innovation Fund for upgradation of medical technology and cheaper funding to see them through valley of death. We can even rope in private sector for this creation of this fund. As per data compiled by Niti Aayog and Invest India in December 2019, we have a disability of 6 to 8% in manufacturing of medical devices in India. We request government to continue export incentives of 4 to 5% for next 5 years to help India to become the global manufacturing hub for medtech industry. There is a need for a single regulator. Currently, we are regulated by multiple regulators like BIS, CDSCO, MOH, DOP, ARB, MIT, MOEF, NPPA, Ministry of Consumer Affairs, and so on. So my request to the ministries is that we need a single regulator, and that will go a long way in ease of doing business. The National Medical Device Promotion Council, found under DPIIT last year, also needs to be empowered and energized to be able to contribute effectively to the growth of the industry. The CI MedTech Division and CI Healthcare Council have been actively working with the government over the years. Its untiring efforts have brought the much needed focus on strategic importance of the medtech sector. The novel coronavirus outbreak has managed to teach us the importance of local manufacturing, local market, and local supply chain. The government's new mantras, vocal for local and Atmanirbhar Bharat, are opening new opportunities in the Indian medical device sector. With government's functional support, India can become self-sufficient and become a factory for the world in medical device space within the next 3 to 4 years. We are looking forward to hearing the dignitaries in this session. I know we are in right hands and the environment has never been more conducive to the medtech sector. I urge you all to stay safe, practice social distancing, and let us work together to take Indian medical device industry to a new zenith. Thank you very much.